All right, so you got these people who have all these arguments against, carrying a weapon and people shouldn't have this and that. So reason number one, guns kill people. That's complete total nonsense. Guns don't kill people. Irresponsible people kill people. Okay. This whole argument just dismisses personal accountability whatsoever. Oh, it's not his fault he killed that person. If he didn't have the gun, then he wouldn't have shot him. No, he would have found another way. If he really wanted to hurt somebody, he would have found a way to hurt or kill that person that he was trying to get. All right. Everybody's accountable for their actions. Guns are just inanimate objects. They're a tool. Okay? You wouldn't take away someone's hammer. Why are you taking away their self-defense tool? Alright, second reason, guns are too easy to get. Weapons should be easy to obtain. They should be. It's our right to be armed. Alright? All these laws that we pass trying to, inhibit the acquisition of arms doesn't do anything for these people who go out on the black market and pick up weapons here. It's not stopping the influx of weapons to the non-law-abiding citizens. All of these laws just inhibit those of us who are responsible and want to have a good, I'm not even saying reasonable, a good, what we feel is the best means of self-defense. All right? It's not what you personally think is a good means of self-defense. It's what the individual citizen feels is a reasonable means of self-defense. This country is all about individual liberty, not the greater quote-unquote good. We'll get to that in a little bit. All right. So my point is you'll never completely eliminate weapons. I mean, no government is going to be able to sit down and completely get rid of all weapons. I mean, you look at the communists over there. They had lockdown and everything, and they still had weapons problems over there. So you're not going to do it. Responsible gun owners will balance out those criminals, and I mean, you look at the Cold War, America, freaking the Soviet Union and all that, nobody did anything because they were too afraid of each other. Same thing on an individual level. Alright, third reason. There are so many non-lethal options. I agree. There are a lot of non-lethal options, and for most people this is going to be, where they feel comfortable in their self-defense options, okay? But unfortunately, every non-lethal method that's out there right now is not effective in every situation. All right, a drugged-up criminal, as I wrote there, is not going to be affected by pepper spray, probably not immediately, and he'll still have some time before it gets to be unbearable to do something to you. All right, you spray him in the face, and yeah, he has that second of shock that he got sprayed, but he's drugged up. He's not really feeling it as much as a sober person would. And he comes at you with his knife, he stabs you and takes your stuff, or if maybe he wants to rape you or whatever. A stun gun is a great method of defense. It works pretty much on everybody, but it requires really close contact. I mean, I wouldn't want to get that close to somebody if I don't have to. If I see somebody, they got a knife or they got a gun, I mean, if they have a gun, you're pretty much defenseless anyway because they don't have to get up on you. All right. Every non-lethal method that's out there right now has some kind of problem that, increases the risk that you're going to get hurt. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm not worried about the criminal that's trying to do something to me. I'm worried about my safety. All right, next. So to wrap all of this up, all right, there's a lot of criminals or anti-government people out there with agendas who make the rest of us look like we're just gun-hungry people, and we want to just completely control everything. I don't want you to listen to those people. I want you to listen to the reasonable people out there who maybe you think we're paranoid, but we have the right to defend ourselves, and we have the right to defend ourselves in the manner that we see fit to defend ourselves. Okay? Even if you don't think the people should be armed, don't let your fear of things that have happened, override what this country is supposed to stand for, all right? Our country stands for the liberty of each individual citizen, not the collective good. When you start thinking about the collective good, that's when you start going down the road of communism, socialism, all of these things where, people have no rights. It's the rights of the state, okay? We live in a country where all of our individual rights are what matter. When you start sacrificing those individual rights for a little bit of safety, you open the way for people to step in, take over, and start doing bad things. Okay, that's why we broke away from England in the first place. We didn't like the oppression that they were inflicting on us, and we moved to a place and we set things up intentionally so that each individual person is able to do what he needs to do, providing he's not hurting anybody else. Okay. No government, regardless of what kind of government it is, will be able to completely remove firearms from the hands of civilians or criminals or any of these people who have other ways of getting their hands on them. I mean, do you feel comfortable waiting 9 to 11 minutes for law enforcement You know, if that person has a gun or a knife, or you know, you don't have anything on you to stop them. I mean, it's your right. If you want to lay down and you don't want to fight back and you want to let them do whatever they want, that is your right, and I don't think any less of you for it. But don't try to force everyone else to do the same thing that you would do. Okay? Me personally, if someone's trying to hurt me, I'm not going to let them hurt me if I have an option, and I want that option. Okay? Sad truth is we don't live in a world where these ideals of, you know, everybody lives in harmony and nobody needs a weapon and all that stuff, it doesn't work. Okay? There will always, I don't care how long the human race lasts and we branch out and do all these cool things, I don't care how long it goes, there will always be somebody out there who wants to take advantage of those people who are undefended. Okay? It is wrong for somebody to try to say, no, you don't need to have the way to defend yourself. The police will protect you. No, the police won't protect me. The police will clean up after whatever happens to me. That's what the police are for. Okay? They're there to investigate and mete out justice after the fact. Personally, I don't want to wait until after the fact. Alright? Running away isn't always an option. If you're backed into a corner and the guy's in front of you, it's better to have a weapon and not need it than to need it and not have it. Okay? So, a lot of this was just, you know, I went off on a couple of tangents here and there, but the basic principle of this whole thing is that our right to bear arms, not just to own it, but to carry them on our person, is guaranteed by the Constitution. Okay? There is an amendment in the Constitution that prohibits anybody else from infringing on that right, and that means you know, restricting that right in any way. That's what the 10th Amendment is all about. Okay? And then, barring that, because we all know that's probably never going to happen. No, we're never going to get it to where, you know, everybody is just cool with everybody walking around with a gun. Barring that, we are the Article 4, Section 1 provides that if you do get a concealed weapons permit, every other state is supposed to recognize that. Now, my personal feeling about the workaround on that would be there needs to be a federal concealed weapons permit that, you know, is countrywide and has certain standards that you have to meet. I mean, I don't personally agree with that, but I think that's the best compromise. That way, if you're qualified to carry a weapon, you're qualified to carry a weapon everywhere. So that's just my 2 cents on that. But you know, we'll go with that. Okay. The purpose of this string of videos is going to be defend our freedoms. All right? Even if you hate guns, stand up for our right to have them. Okay? There are people out there who have the same thing about free speech. We don't want you to be able to say this, and we don't want you to be able to say that. But the whole point of this country is we have the right to say what we want to say. Okay? And it is your duty as a citizen of this country to stand up for those freedoms, and when you see other people trying to take that away, you need to speak up and say something about it, because this country is headed in a direction that we really don't want to go, and you're not going to see it coming until it's too late. Okay? So I'm going to end this video now. I hope you found this informative, and I hope you find this you know, helpful, and I hope you share this information with other people. Okay? The worst thing you can do is have information and not share it, because then it just stays with you and it does nothing. So you know, share this with your friends. Make a video of yourself if you want. You know, get your opinion out there, because those of us who want our freedoms to stay there, you have to fight for it. And it's not going to happen on its own. All right. So thanks for listening, and I hope you have a great day.